Yo, what's happening people? I'm Era from eratheproducer.com and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be making a totally new genre and making an Afrobeat for someone like Burna Boy or Wizkid.
Era on the track.
So I've studied quite a few of these Afrobeats, and one thing that I found they all have in common is that the main bounce comes from the drum patterns. For that reason I'm going to be doing things a little differently and starting with my drums. I've already got some sounds loaded up in my channel rack, so I'm just going to go ahead and start laying down a drum pattern. I've got my tempo set to 105 beats per minute, and the first thing I'm going to put down is my clap. The next thing I'm going to put down is my shaker, and I want this to have a certain bounce to it. To get this bounce, I'm just going to right click on the channel rack and fill each 4 steps. Now I'm inside the piano roll, and I'm just going to press Ctrl and A and then shift and drag to copy all of those hi-hats across, and then I'm just going to lower the velocities as well. Next I'm going to do the same thing again by copying them across, but this time I'm going to press Alt and X and just adjust this offset. I also think I'm just going to come into the channel rack and adjust the length for this sample so it's got a bit of a shorter sound. Next I want to place down an open hi-hat, and this is going to be very simple, just hitting on the first downbeat. The next thing I'm going to put down is a bongo, and I'm just going to use this to fill up some of those empty spaces. Next I'm adding another perk, this time it's a wooden block sound, and again this is just going to fill some of those gaps. The last drum element I'm going to add is my kick, and this is going to be a simple 4 on the floor pattern. So now that I've got my drum pattern down, it's time to start thinking about a melody. A lot of the Afrobeats tracks that I listen to contain a lot of real instruments like pianos, guitars and acoustic basses, so they're the types of instruments I'm going to be using. The first instrument I'm going to put down is a piano, and for this I've gone to the LA Custom Grand Piano from Keyscape. I'm going to be using this to put down my initial chord progression, and then I can build the rest of the melody around it. Next, I want something that's just going to sit in the background a bit, so I've gone to flex and chose the warm pad preset. All I'm going to do here is copy my initial chord progression and paste it straight into that pad sound. Next, I want to add some movement to that pad so it flows with the rest of the beat. So I've opened Shaper Box and I'm going to be using the volume shaper. So I've got my S Pen selected and I'm just going to go ahead and draw in some simple sidechain curves. The last thing I want to add to this beat before I start mixing and arranging it is a bass. For this, I've gone to Contact and chose the Scarby Rickenbacker bass. So now that I've added my bass, I've got all of the core elements that I want in this beat, so I can go ahead and start mixing and arranging it. While doing this, I'm going to be adding some other effects like risers, crashes and drum fills, and these are just going to help the beat sound more finished.
This shit crazy.
So yeah, that is going to bring us to the end of the video. This one was quite challenging because it's a genre that I've never produced before, so make sure to let me know how I did in the comments. If you're new to the channel, then do me a favour and hit that subscribe button and click the bell next to it too, so you can be notified every time that I drop new videos. Also, remember, if you'd like to have access to all the FLPs from my videos, as well as a say in what type of content I make on my channel, then make sure to go check out my Patreon. If you want to know how I make emotional beats, then I'll leave a video for that up here. And I'll just leave a random video from the channel down here. Big shout out to anybody that made it all the way to the end of the video. I've been Era, thanks again for watching, and I'll hopefully catch you all in the next one.